It's March 2nd, 2015, and I should be on my plane home from Panama to Toronto. Instead, I'm sitting in this small, cold room. My hands are shaking, and I'm sweating. Panic. I know something's in my bag, but I don't know what. Armed officers are screaming at me in Spanish while they're looking at my bag and back at me, and I can't understand them. But what I can understand is I'm in trouble. You see, my client and her celebrity friend had sent me on this vacation and assured me that once I brought this bag home, they would help me to launch my fashion career. I watched as officers pulled 11 kilos of cocaine from my bag. It's over. I know then I'm never going home, and my dreams of being a fashion designer are finished. I'm sentenced to 81 months in a Panamanian prison for international drug trafficking, and for the next 4.5 years, I would lose my physical freedom. So I'm walking into prison for my first time. I'm ankle shackled and wrist shackled, and I'm petrified. And then they hand me a pink uniform. And obviously, pink is still my color. There's gang violence, raids, constant noise, suicide attempts, 22 women to a cell with no airflow in 100-degree heat, and I will never forget that smell of feces and body odor. And there was this one guard. Her name was Flores. She hated me on sight, and she reminded me every single day that my rock bottom could and would get worse. So one night, after a year of constant bullying, she sent 6 guards to rush me and take my cell phone, which, at the time, was my only form of communication with my family. The guards held me there with my arms pinned above my head, and she laughed in my face and felt dignified by abusing someone in such a vulnerable position. So I snapped. And I tried to jump her, and inmates held me back, but I was so angry that I could have killed her. And that was the worst of my rock bottom. And I was this close to giving up until I read a quote by Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor who, in the depths of hell, found freedom in the power of his choices, and his words became my daily practice. Everything can be taken from a man, but one thing: the last of human freedoms. To choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. So a few months later, it's family day. And every year, one of the inmates, unfortunately, gets chosen to dress up as a clown. I see Flores hightailing it towards my cell, laughing to herself. Gringa, te toca, you do it. Okay. So as I'm pulling on this giant, multicolored, oversized, ridiculous onesie with these giant red shoes and a red nose, I'm overwhelmed with this feeling that I need to apologize to Flores, and it needs to be today. So I make the choice, and I walk myself into her office, one big red shoe in front of the other, and I apologize in very broken Spanish. And I can see that she's not expecting this. And then she shifts. And we share this moment of unexpected connection. And for obvious reasons, we laugh. And then she hugs me. And I felt free. That would be the last time I ever saw Flores. She passed away shortly after that. And then 2 years after that, I removed my pink uniform for the last time, and I said goodbye to the place that had become my home. You see, when I walked into prison, I was determined to not let it break me. But the truth is, it did break me in a way that allowed me to rebuild with this clear sense of resilience, compassion, forgiveness, integrity, and grit. And that became the foundation of the woman you see standing before you tonight. And I know now, freedom isn't external. No. It's this quiet power that we hold within ourselves to take responsibility and choose our attitude even when adversity wants to see us fail. You see, that's your freedom, and no one can ever take that away from you. Thank you.